Okay, so what's going on, people? Hope everybody's having a pretty alright day so far, or night, whatever it is, wherever you are. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I didn't get around earlier this week to doing my whole here's a review of an old shoe that I have that I haven't worn yet thing, right? So that's what we're doing today. That's why I got this box over here. That's also why I'm wearing this old Ric Flair shirt, right? So as things go, oh wait, before I go getting all into that, tomorrow the recap show, right? That's gonna be happening. Now I know I said in the past two or however many videos that's gonna be at whatever time. Got to make some adjustments. Got to make some adjustments because things happen, right? Life kind of gets in the way, and then you just react to it. So here's the thing: it's still happening. It's still happening roughly around the same time, but it's gonna be shifted over by about an hour or so. So instead of the whole kicking things off at noon, Virginia time, Eastern time, it's going to be 1, right? So whatever time zone you're in, just add an hour to whatever I said before. Hopefully this time I remember to set things up in advance so that way it pops up before it actually happens because I realize that that makes a little more sense now, but I kind of just didn't think about it before. So anyways, as I said before, the one thing that has not changed, Kicks for Fresh will be there, so that's pretty awesome. She'll be tuning in. Well, not just tuning in, but helping out with the whole providing thoughts and opinions, which you can too, also. And then also DB Kicks will be in there as well, doing the same thing with thoughts and opinions of the shoes that came out last month. So come on over, it's going to be a good time. Also, while I'm talking about things, tonight and tomorrow night, Who Has the Heat's going to be going down. I think What the Sneakers is tonight with Lick My Nikes, and then tomorrow Unbox app and Tops World, I think. Either way, if you want the information, like factual information, not just me trying to regurgitate what I think I read, Who Has the Heat or E Money Shoes. E Money Shoes if you're on here. The, Who Has the Heat is on Instagram. Anyway, so moving on past that, back to what we're actually here for. Like I was saying, Ric Flair, right? Classic guy's been around for years and will continue to have that legacy for the next however long, right? Same thing you can say about the Jordan 1s, right? Again, also oldest ride, longest line, Space Mountain sort of thing. Same thing. These have been around for a long time and will continue to be around for a long time. And every time a pair comes out that's pretty decent anyway, you can almost guarantee them having a long line for them. Not maybe not right now because there aren't really lines right now, but they will be sought after. And this particular pair was fairly sought after back in 2017 is when they came out. Right? You saw the thumbnail. You know what we're talking about. Let's go ahead and open this box. But first, let's show you the side of it because that's a thing that I do from time to time. So there you have that. Hopefully that's showing up for you, all the little information you might need. And now, make sure this is the right box. Yes, it is. Of course it is. So anyways, what's going on in here? This is a shoe that came out back in 2017. All-Star Weekend, or at least close enough. Because they are, after all, the All-Star ones. So let's go ahead and get these pulled out. Tell you, I looked at these when I received them, and that was it. So that was sometime back in like February, I guess, of 17. And since then, they've just been hanging out in this box. So me seeing these now is the first time I've seen them in a little over 3 years, which is kind of crazy when you think about it in some ways. But man, these are nice though. They are. Do the quick look around, make sure everything's on the up and up, which of course it is, which is good. And even if it wasn't, what could I do about it now, right? I couldn't have done anything about it back then either. And as a matter of fact, like these you may have seen on the side, 9.5. Generally, like I would have preferred to have gone with a 9 in these. And I remember at the time going back and saying, oh, well, they're sold out, but maybe there will be a restock. Because, you know, restocks happen from time to time. So I just followed a couple places on Twitter or something that would tell you when restocks are going down. Thinking, yep, I'll just watch these every so often to see if anything comes up. Very much underestimating how much people wanted these. So obviously, the restocks, even if they did happen, I didn't see any, but even if they did happen, I am 100% sure that I would have not been able to get the 9. So either way, I got this 9.5, so I'm good with that, you know, can't complain. And now let's go ahead and get on into the review of this right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nike, or the Jordan Retro 1 in the All-Star or Chameleon colorway. Depends on who you ask, right? Because I've seen them called both things. But let's go ahead and talk about these. Talk about why I bought them and all that good stuff. But first, the details. I'll save my opinions for the end. So across the bottom here, right? You got this translucent outsole thing. Got that kind of icy sort of thing going on with that hologrammy, iridescent blue and green kind of bottom. This was a huge selling point for me to get these shoes right here. This, right? Man, that is not something you see on a lot of pairs. I did see something similar recently on, was it those Fearless ones? And I think something else. The Racer Blue ones, I want to say, also had a similar sort of thing, though it was colored, but similar. And then moving on past that, of course, you got just like the standard white on the side here. Nothing too fancy there. But then you get a little more fancier once again when you move on to the upper part of the shoe. So we're going to go and talk about that a little bit. So down here around the toe box, you got some very nice feeling leather. Wow, that feels nice all around. Anyway, so you got some very nice feeling leather right here, all blacked out in the outlines and such. But across the toe box, you got that iridescent kind of thing. Looks like maybe if you spilled like some oil on the ground, like gasoline type of thing or whatever it is. So you've got that kind of shifting a little bit in the colors there between the greenish and the purple bluish. And then moving back anyway, you got the white in the middle here, which is a nice touch to me. And then that swoops around all the way to the back, minus that piece of course. And then down here and up here, you have the same thing that you had on the toe box, right? Though it seems to be a little more on the bluer side, but it could just be the lighting. But either way, these seem to be a little more vibrant than the front part did. Could just be me, could just be the lighting, I don't know. But anyway, so there you have that. And I think it's just a pretty nice look overall, the way they chose the colors here. Some might disagree with the white here, but I think it will make sense personally. So there you go, there's that. And then of course you got that big logo up there. But overall, again, as far as the quality of these goes, and I haven't really seen these in 3 years. And even when I did look at them the first time, I am very sure that I pulled them out. I was like, oh yeah, that is kind of cool. Look at that. And then I put them back in the box because that's where my mind was then. I didn't think about the quality or anything. And I guess I still don't. I just talk about it because, people like to hear about it. Anyway, so moving on. The tongue here, very standard tongue, right? Nothing special about that. It's got the Nike Air on the top and everything. And then looking onto the inside, you got you got the lace tips here. Happen to have the same sort of vibe going on. That is not the iridescent styling, it's just colored in that way. So no matter what angle you're looking at, it's going to have the same sort of thing going on. Not a huge deal, right? I like it all the same. And then you got the little jump man down in there, which I don't think that's the standard style that they have, but I don't wear a lot of ones. I mean, I wear my top threes fairly regularly because I like those a lot. And I wore something the other day. I wore some shadows last month or something like that. Well, not last month. February? Either way, I don't wear a lot of ones, so I'm not sure about how all the details match up with what's standard. But there you go. Pretty much the rest of that is just, standard stuff that you expect on any Jordan 1. It's just that the coloring here is what really got me. So as you look at that, I feel like I've given you a lot of close-ups and everything to show you what all is going on with these. And now the only other thing left to really talk about would be the sizing and all that stuff. So, like I was saying, for me, foot size, I can wear a 9.5, no problem. I prefer a 9 because it's a little more comfortable. Not more, it's more comfortable, but I like that snugger fit, right? So that's why I wanted the 9 in these. But regardless, I'm going to say that whatever size you wear, whatever your normal size is for Nikes, these will fit for that, no problem. So if I wear like an Air Max in a 9, I wear these in a 9, it's all good for me, right? So that's what I'm going to say to you. If you've never bought a pair of Jordan 1s for whatever reason, go with the normal size you would expect in Nikes, basically. As far as comfort goes, I've never found the ones to be all that comfortable. Now, that's not a surprise, I'm sure, to a lot of people because, again, if you've been around here, you've seen that the majority of what I wear is pretty comfortable stuff, right? So I got a different benchmark, if you will. But even still, I don't hear anybody really saying how comfortable these are. After all, they are made off of something that came out in like 80 something. So it's only going to get so good. I mean, the only difference, I guess, would be those React Jordan ones, and those did not seem like anybody wanted them. I was just talking to Cheesy about those the other day. Go watch some of his videos. I'll put some links up here or something. Pretty alright dude. But yeah, past that, I don't have anything else to say about these, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. So, ladies, gentlemen, please, if you would take a moment of your time to come back tomorrow, hang out with me, hang out with DB Kicks, hang out with Kids Fresh. I'm gonna be talking about the shoes that came out last month. I will have their opinions front and center. I'd like to have yours also scrolling through the chat because that's always nice. And of course, part of how we talk about things is driven by what gets said. So there's also that piece. So you get to kind of shape the show just a little bit. And also the Who Has the Heat thing. Again, Who Has the Heat on Instagram, E-Money Kicks on Instagram and YouTube if you want those details on what is airing when and where. And that concludes everything, I believe. And if it doesn't, it just doesn't. So, thanks for watching. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And hopefully, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. You'll definitely be seeing me. All right, later, people.